Welcome back, and in the previous video we successfully created our very first custom WordPress query, which resulted in this particular page. We were able to successfully display the title, featured image, and excerpts of our 3 different posts. Now what we're going to do in this video is to further customize this custom query that we have over here. And what we have currently right now is just one parameter inside of our array. And the parameter here is simply specifying that we want to display content from our WordPress posts specifically, right? But we can add other parameters as well. We can add parameters for the categories, all right? So in this case right now, we can say, well, we only want to display content from posts that belong to this specific category. So let's try doing that. I am going to bring back Mr. Notepad ++ over here. And what I'm going to do is to simply add a comma at the end over here. And I am going to add the second parameter here saying category underscore name. All right. And I am going to choose one of my categories. Remember, I have 3 different categories. I have movies, books, and I believe slides. So right now I am only going to display posts from the category of books. All right, I think it's actually, yeah, books. Let me make sure it's capital B. Let's go back in here. Let's go to the back end, post categories, and it is capital B. All right, books. All right, so let's see what's going to happen right now. I've said that I only want to display posts from the category of books. Let's save this. And then let's go back to our page. So we have post 1 now. And so that's it. We only have post 1 showing because post 1 is the only post that I have that belongs to the category of books. And if I go to the back end, go to categories, or rather go to posts, you can see that post 1 is the post that belongs to books. The other 2 belong to videos and slides. But because I have added the new parameter here saying only display posts from the category of books, we now only have post 1 showing up. So here's another example of how you can further customize how your WordPress query works. And there are other ways you can even take this customization a step further. You can also say that, well, display all posts from all categories with the exception of these particular category or categories. And you can do that by making use of the minus sign. Here is the example over here. So we can use the ID of the category that we want to leave out and then simply add a minus. So let's go back in here right now. Let's go to categories. Let's say we want to display posts from all categories with the exception of the books category. So let's get the ID for books, and you can see the ID is 2 down there below. The ID right here is 2. So I can come over here right now and say, well, category name, or rather, let's go back to our class reference. We are going to use cat in this case, okay? Not category name, but just cat. So let's go ahead now and say cat. And it's now going to be -2. All right? So we're saying display all posts from all categories except posts that belong to a category that has an ID of 2. So let's save this. Let's go back in here, go to our post content, and there you go. So now we have post 3 and we have post 2, but we no longer have post 1 because post 1 belongs to the category of books which has an ID of 2. So this is just an example of how you can further customize how the WordPress query works. You can also specify other things like tags. You can display posts that have very specific tags, posts from specific authors, and so on and so forth. Later on in the course, we're going to take a look at taxonomy parameters where we can display posts or content from a specific taxonomy. We'll take a look at that a bit later. But for now, I just wanted to give you an example of how you can further customize your custom WordPress query using additional parameters. So feel free to experiment. You can add tags to some of your posts and then try displaying posts that match a specific tag and see how that works for you. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next class.